Everyone talks about weight loss on GLP-1s like Mounjaro, but no one talks about this: the trap of chasing a normal BMI. I'm Anissa, and this channel is Reset with Anissa, where I am sharing my journey to reclaim my health with the use of the GLP-1 medication Mounjaro with a goal to lose 50 pounds, reverse my type 2 diabetes, and just make sure that I have set myself up for long-term sustainable health. I've lost weight, but here's my dilemma. In May, when I started my journey, I was 205 pounds. That is in the obese category for BMI. My BMI at that point was 33.1. I start taking Mounjaro, 2.5 milligrams. I'm starting to lose weight, feeling good. Weight changes, BMI changes. We get to August. By August, I lost 20 pounds. Now, I'm at 185 pounds, and I'm at a BMI of 29.9, which means I'm no longer in the obese range. Now I'm in the overweight range. So that was a big milestone for me. Fast forward, today is October 2nd, 2025. I'm 173 pounds, so I'm still in the overweight category. My BMI is now 27.9. I'm just 19 pounds away from getting to the normal BMI range. I'd be at the high end of it. But if I can get to 155 pounds, I'll be 24.9 BMI, which is normal. Now, on paper, that all sounds great. But here's the catch. I need to gain muscle while I'm also losing fat. While I'm doing that, the scale may not keep going down. The scale needs to say 154 pounds for me to be in a normal BMI. But if I could get to 154 pounds by losing 19 pounds of muscle and no fat, and the BMI would look normal. And originally, that's what I was chasing, just trying to get to a normal BMI. But as I've learned more, watched other content creators, I realized that not losing that muscle is just as important for me as losing fat. So here's what I've learned. BMI just does not seem to incorporate or factor in muscle. But in order for me to maintain my metabolism and also just to be healthy so that if I ever do have a fall, if I ever do have an injury, that my structure, my skeleton, my muscles can maintain. When you're just striving to only reach a normal BMI, you might not factor those things in. At the beginning of my journey, I didn't. I only was looking at the scale. And the scale doesn't tell you fat versus muscle. Now, I do have a smart scale, a Renpho smart scale that has 4 different spots on it that measure you. But what I just found out this week is that that scale maybe only measures from my feet to my waist. So I'm going to have to try to get something different that gives me more data. I will look into getting a full body DEXA scan to see if I can get a better picture of what's happening inside of my body while I'm taking this GLP-1 and trying to lose weight. Another thing that happens when you're chasing a number, and for me, chasing this normal BMI, is it creates mental pressure. It creates stress. And sometimes you just don't make long-term decisions when you're looking for a short-term goal. And so I've had to really alter my mindset. But let's pivot to the GLP-1 medication Mounjaro that I'm taking and how Mounjaro has really helped me to even be able to put reaching a normal BMI in range for me. First thing for me is it has regulated and helped me to lower my blood glucose number. At the start of my journey, my average daily blood glucose was about 353. My A1C was 14.1. I changed my diet immediately once I got those numbers, and then 2 weeks after I changed my diet, I was approved to start taking Mounjaro. Right now, my average daily glucose is somewhere between 82 most of the day I have something called dawn phenomenon where when I wake up, my blood sugar rises. So when I wake up, the average blood sugar for me is 101. But that's still better than what it used to be. I woke up with it well in the 200s. So that's the first benefit for me of Mounjaro because I'm a type 2 diabetic. The second thing is some steady weight loss. My weight loss has been different on every dose, but I'm averaging well over losing a pound a week. And that is just a huge success for me. I also now have more energy to power through my workouts, and I've altered my workouts from cardio heavy to including strength-based training. Hunger control, food noise. I'm not running around trying to get candy and chips and soda all of the time. So that's a huge, huge benefit of taking the GLP-1 medication Mounjaro. So what I've had to do is kind of reframe what success looks like for me. Instead of making that normal BMI and 154 pounds and losing a total of 50 pounds my main goal, what I'm looking at now is my blood sugar low, where it needs to be, between 80 and 100 most of the time, not going above, not going below. Am I getting good quality sleep? Am I able to power through my workouts? Am I able to do 3 strength training workouts per week? And then am I consistently losing weight? Doesn't have to be a large amount, but am I doing those things? If I have the energy to work out and I'm getting good quality sleep and I'm eating properly and taking my medication, the blood work will be normal. That's an easy thing. So that is one way I had to reframe my entire mindset. The second thing I had to do was just remember weight loss does matter. A healthy BMI is a good thing because my oncologist shares that if I'm in the normal BMI range, the risk of my breast cancer returning is just much, much lower. So I do want to get there. But my health is much more than a number. And that's really important for me to keep on believing and not get stuck trying to reach a certain number on the scale or on a chart, the CDC adult BMI chart. I'm hoping that I can help other people who are taking a GLP-1 to shift their mindset as well. So if you're like me and you were chasing a number, maybe chase your health instead. Pick one metric, one data point that you want to reach that goal, but don't get stuck just looking at that data point because you have to look at your body, your journey holistically, the whole thing. You're more than a number. So if you're on Mounjaro or another GLP-1 like Zepbound or Wegovy or Ozempic, how do you feel about your BMI? Is that a number that you are also trying to reach? Do you chase that number or are you focusing on health? Because that's where I'm trying to pivot to. I'm kind of in between two worlds. I want the normal BMI, but I also want good, sustainable health. On Saturday, I will be releasing a video about the transformation of my health from where I was in May until where I am now in October. Please join me. Thanks for joining me today. Please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing this video because it helps the YouTube algorithm figure out who to show my video to. Hopefully, just like the other content creators have been a blessing to me, hopefully I can also be a blessing to someone else. See you later.